I'm gonna show you how to make a spicy eggplant recipe Chinese style. This thing is mouth-numbingly hot and delicious, and you're gonna be blown away by just how good it is.
It's the big night.
The first and most important step is to marinate your proteins. We're using sliced pork here, but I'm gonna grind it in a little food processor because I really like the meaty texture that it gives me. Now, if you want to use store-bought ground pork, that is perfectly fine as well. To our ground pork, we're gonna add a splash of soy sauce, sesame oil, and a healthy dose of chili garlic sauce. So let's get our hands dirty and give everything a good mix. You want to give it at least 20 minutes to marinate, but if you can let it sit overnight, then that's even better. Now, with any good stir fry, you need your aromatics, and today we're going to be using the 3 G's: garlic, ginger, and green onions. I'm mincing about 5 cloves of garlic, an inch of a knob of ginger, and the whites of 2 green onions. And finally, we're gonna add 10 dried Chinese chilies because we like it spicy here. And if you like it spicy too, then make sure you drop that chili emoji or type spicy in the comments below. You wanna slice these into thirds and add these along with your other aromatics into a bowl. And now it's time for the main star of our dish. You're gonna slice these in half and then again into quarters. And then turn them sideways and cut them into thirds so you get these nice chunks. Then go ahead and move these off to the side. These little beauties are Sichuan peppercorns. They have a florally citrusy flavor, and they're gonna give us a nice numbing sensation when we bite into them. And we're gonna amplify that by toasting them in a hot wok. And now we're gonna grind it into a powder. Now, I use a coffee grinder that I use specifically for grinding spices. If you want to use your coffee grinder as well, just make sure that it's clean and there's no coffee in there. Now we're gonna fill our wok with vegetable oil, get it nice and hot, and then add in our eggplants. Frying the eggplants will get rid of that slight bitter taste that they have, and it'll slightly dry out the inside, but turn the inside completely smooth and creamy. Add your eggplants into that hot oil and fry them for about a minute, then drain them well, and then pour out the oil. We're gonna get our wok smoking hot, and now we're gonna add our pork in there and cook it about halfway. And once that's done, you wanna take it off of the heat and then clean your wok.
The party is off to a good start.
Now it's time to put the whole thing together, so make sure that you pay attention because this part goes very quick. Get your wok screaming hot and add your aromatics in there and work quickly because they are going to burn. Now add in a splash of cooking wine and allow the alcohol to cook off and concentrate the flavors. Personally, I like to use a cooking sake. Next, splash in some rice wine vinegar and give that a good stir, and pray that your exhaust is working because the steam from this is going to make you cough. You want those liquids to start concentrating with those aromatics, and then add in some doubanjiang, Chinese fermented chili paste, along with some daojiang, fermented brown bean paste. Mix everything together and let it boil and thicken up, and then you're going to add in some chicken stock to the whole mix. At this point, you can take a breath, relax, and let that mixture come to a rolling boil. You want to give it a couple of minutes to boil and let all of those flavors come together. Once you've got an amazing sauce going, add your pork in along with the juices and allow it to cook through. Then you're going to add in your Sichuan peppercorn powder and give everything a big mix. And last but not least, we're gonna add in our eggplant and let everything come to a boil one more time to allow all of those flavors to mingle and concentrate.
More good, healthful food.
Finally, hit it with some sliced green onions at the end for some color, crunch, and flavor. Now when you take that first bite, your mouth is flooded by that incredible savoriness from all of those sauces. And then comes that spiciness from the peppers and that chili garlic sauce. And at the end, you get hit with that mouth-numbing coolingness from those Sichuan peppercorns. The meat is perfectly seasoned and flavorful, and the eggplant absorbs all of that delicious sauce, and it's so smooth and creamy and it almost melts in your mouth. Trust me, you're gonna love the spicy, numbing, savory flavors of this dish. And if you wanna see how it's made with tofu, then check out this video here. And if you're new, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you wanna learn how to make other delicious Asian recipes.